11 Sports and For the Fans welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Bienvenidos and welcome to Mexico City, Mexico, as we get a look at beautiful streets there down at Mexico City. And we're live here in Estadio Azteca. We're going to be having a great matchup here, our crowd play game of the week, as the Mexico City Aztecs play host to the Louisiana Revolution. My name is Eric Vincent, alongside my best friend Cade Stevens, Art Vandelay, and Delaney Nash down there in the stats truck today. And Cade, this should be a good one. We got undefeated Louisiana coming in to take on 2-1 Mexico City.
Yeah, this one's set up to be a real good game, Eric. Hopefully that's what we get out of it. So both teams coming off a win last week. As you said, Louisiana undefeated coming into week 4 of the SFL season. Mexico City's lone loss coming in week 2. Both offenses very high-powered, set up for an entertaining afternoon.
And you said it, both these offenses are very high-powered. Mexico City gearing more towards the passing side of things. Louisiana, obviously, with Reggie Streeter, who is one of the best running backs in the SFL currently, along with Johnny Pickler, their new acquisition from St. Louis in the offseason. Definitely a lot of big names on this Louisiana Revolution roster, and Mexico City always a constant powerhouse here in the Simulation Football League. So it looks like Mexico City is going to win the toss, and they will elect to receive the football, I believe. Nope, they will kick. I lied. They will kick the football to start things off, receive the second half kickoff, and we will be live here in just a few minutes. Simulation Football League, live on 11 Sports and For the Fans, the crowd play game of the week. And veteran Cole Varner will tee the football up here for the Aztecs, his 6th season in the Simulation Football League. His unique kicking style lining up right behind the football. He's readying the troops, hand is in the air, and we are underway here south of the border. Fielded right inside of his own end zone. Louisiana is going to return the football up to about the 22-yard line, and that is where the Revs will take over. Johnny Pickler, I mentioned him a little bit ago, Cade. His first season over here in Louisiana, 2nd overall in the league.
Yeah, first season over in Louisiana, and a pretty solid season he's had so far. 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. I'm sure he'd like to flip-flop the majority in those 2 numbers.
We'll see what happens here on their first play from scrimmage from the 22. It will be a handoff to Reggie Streeter. Hurdles a defender near the line of scrimmage, and he will be down at the 25, gain of 3. Get a look at the Revs on offense. Johnny Pickler, quarterback. Reggie Streeter, running back. Saren Storm, Chase Earl, Mike Twinscrew, the wide receivers. Cody Scott, the tight end. Leonard Butler Sr. and Rudy Ray Dunn are the guards here on the offensive line here for the Revs. 2nd down. Same formation here. And another handoff. Good penetration there by the Aztecs defense, as they will limit the damage to no gain. We'll get a look at that defense here quickly. Brock Lee, Skylar Kingsley, the defensive ends. Scott Stover and Andre Krim, both rookies, defensive tackles there as well. KT Horrell, Dexter Jackson, the backers. Greg Gaines, Jack Napier, Han Tayumi, the corners. Jeffrey Daggs and Matthew Lee round out the defensive backfield for the Aztecs. 3rd down for the Revs. High snap, pump fakes, over the middle, tipped up in the air, and it's somehow caught. Defense had a hell of an opportunity there to take it back the other way. Instead, it's going to be staying with the Revolution, and Saren Storm gets his first catch.
Extraordinarily good awareness on the play by the wide receiver Saren Storm, who gets his head around, realizes the ball's been tipped up, and is able to catch that one for a first down. Not the way they drew that one up, but a first down is a first down.
They will take it. First down now. Pickler's going to swing it out to Streeter. Spin move there. Gets through 1 defender, but there were 2 more to wrap him up right near the line of scrimmage. Gain of 2.
Yeah, Streeter's been a large emphasis for the Louisiana Revolution offense so far this season, and Mexico City, I believe, is going to do everything they can to try and game plan a way to stop him. As you've seen so far, they have had guys all around him, and just about every opportunity he's had to touch the football.
Pickler to throw again. Going to throw an out route this time. Caught wide open down towards the bottom of the screen. And that is close to first down yardage. It actually is first down yardage to Chase Earl as he will move those chains.
Yeah, good catch there by Chase Earl on the out route. Good awareness by him as well to turn and get up the field past the first down marker.
Just barely into Aztec territory are the Revs here on this first down. Good opening drive here, as Pickler will hand it off to Streeter. Squeezes through the first defender, fighting tacklers along the way, and eventually gets up to the 44-yard line.
And he just kept those legs churning on that play. There wasn't really a whole lot that was there for him, but he was determined to find a way to pick up yardage, and he gets 5 on first down.
Streeter coming into this ball game, 436 yards on the ground, averaging just over 4 yards a carry, along with 5 touchdowns on the ground. 2nd and 5, handoff again to Streeter, trying to bounce it to the outside. Nothing doing there as Mexico City again gets into the backfield and corrals him behind the line.
Yeah, the rookie linebacker, KT Horrell, was the first one on the scene, as he is wrapped up and finished up just a little bit later. But first impact slowed him down and cost him a yard.
Brings up another 3rd down for the Revs. 4 wideouts this time. 2 on each side of the formation. Streeter the lone back. Short drop. Pickler throws it over the middle. Had a receiver, but I think the hit jarred the football loose. That was Saren Storm, the intended receiver, and that brings up 4th down.
Yeah, I thought he had him there, but unfortunately, the Storm just takes a big hit. And, ball falls to the turf, 4th and 6. And Louisiana, after what looked like a promising start to the first drive of the game, is going to go after punt it away. And if you're Mexico City electing to kick the ball to start with, this is exactly the situation you hoped would play out.
Walter Melanishin, the punter here for the Revs. Mexico City will let this one bounce. It's getting close to the end zone and takes a nice little backspin there as Louisiana downs it at the 5-yard line. So Mexico City with a long way to go to hit pay dirt as Matt Wilson comes out to lead the troops.
A great punt and great recovery of the ball there down at the 5-yard line. Louisiana has backed him up deep, and that defensive secondary for Louisiana has been extraordinarily opportunistic this season. First opportunity to see if that will continue, Eric.
We'll have to see. All 11 takeaways from this defense are interceptions, and starting things off is a run by Phoenix Jones. No, excuse me, it's the fullback Laura Horrell, as she plows ahead for 2 yards. We'll get a look at the offense here for the Aztecs. Matt Wilson, Phoenix Jones, the running back. Laura Horrell, we just saw her. Jason Bartley, K.O. Barrett, Richard Montague, the receivers. Mike Daggs, T.J. Punk, the tight ends, and Stu McKenzie, the guard there, number 59 for the Aztecs. Handoff, this time it is Phoenix Jones, and he will get maybe a couple more yards as he makes it out to the 10-yard line, 3rd and 5.
Defensive end Jojo Shalitzi on that play, coming up with the big tackle to stop him.
So a 3rd and 5. Early 3rd down here for the Aztecs. Wilson going to throw. He's going to air it out deep. Got him, man. Nice catch there as it's first down yardage out to the 30-yard line. That's his best friend, Mike Daggs, with his first catch of the ballgame.
And that is exactly what your big tight end Mike Daggs can give to you, and he is always going to be an emphasis in this Mexico City offense. 6'7", 265 yards, and he knows how to go up and get the football. Matt Wilson, always willing to trust his tight end.
So a fresh set of downs here with 6 minutes to go here in the opening frame. Wilson turnaround handoff. Phoenix Jones has a hole, and he gets close to the first down out to the 39-yard line, gain of 9.
Yeah, Phoenix Jones, a lot of weight on his shoulders this season. We had a Mexico City game in the first week of the season, Eric, and we talked a lot about the departure of Ray Bentley and the additional responsibility for Phoenix Jones, and unfortunately it's just not panned out for him so far. Only 127 yards on the season so far on 43 carries, averaging 3 yards a carry.
2nd and 1. Wilson hits the crossing route. That's Daggs once again. And once again, he will get a first down out to the 43-yard line this time.
Beautifully drawn up for a short yardage play right there. And Wilson with the good wherewithal to get the ball to Mike Daggs for a nice gain. And as you said, a first down.
Two backs in the backfield for the Aztecs. Two receivers split, one on each side of the formation. Handoff again to Jones, and tries to get as much as he could out of that. Gets out to the 46-yard line. We'll get a look at the Revs on defense quickly. Ross Napoli, JoJo Solizzi, the defensive ends. Luther Gahn, Deontay Wilder, the defensive tackles. Chuck Diesel, Blake B. Craze, the backers. Even Arthur, Releman Hood, the corners. Nathan Blake, Jeff Milanishin, and Tank Bennett, the safeties. And we should see Matt Finnick a little bit later on handling the kicking duties. 2nd down for Wilson. Quick throw over the middle, caught. This time it's KL Barrett with his first catch of the ball game, moving those chains out into Revs territory.
Yeah, something they found might be working for him as of the moment over the middle in this Louisiana Revolution defense. And good, quick, decisive passes from Matt Wilson are allowing Mexico City to move the football into Louisiana territory.
So a promising first drive here for the Aztecs as they get another fresh set of downs. Throwing down towards the bottom of the formation. That's caught. Richard Montague with his first catch. And that'll be good for 5 yards out to the 41.
Yeah, led him just a tad far out of bounds there, but a good catch nonetheless. Had that been put just a little closer in, he might be turning upfield for another 5-10 yards.
Mexico City moving right to left across your TV screen, wearing the retro red uniforms here. Louisiana sporting the white tops with the green pants, blue accents. 2nd and 5 here. Hand off to Phoenix Jones, and he will get a couple out to the 39-yard line. Brings up another 3rd down for the Aztecs. And Cade, this 3rd down consistency for the Aztecs on offense has not been very good thus far.
No, about 30% conversion rate for Mexico City this season, which is definitely towards the bottom of the barrel for them and relatively uncharacteristic.
Wilson going to try and convert, throws it over the middle. It's picked off, going the other way. He's got a convoy towards the top of the screen. Is anyone going to be able to catch him? Louisiana streaking down the sideline. Phoenix Jones eventually tackles him at the 22-yard line. That sets them up with great field position and another interception by this Louisiana defense.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic read on the play by the strong safety, Tank Bennett, to come up with an interception. Almost looked like he was the guy who the ball was intended for, and a fantastic job by him. Interception headed the other way. That's going to be his 4th pick of the season, Tank Bennett.
And that ties his teammate, Nathan Blake, for the most in the league up until this week. Fun little stat there.
Fantastic job. That secondary for Louisiana has been fantastic. 11 interceptions coming into this game. Make that number 12.
Staggering stat line as Reggie Streeter tries to make it out of the backfield, but Mexico City was ready for that, and he will get knocked down for no gain. And once again, this is our Crowd Play Game of the Week. Be sure to download Crowd Play, our new partner for 2020, and play the game about the game. Follow the action, answer questions for your chance to win a share of the $1,000 prize pool. Visit crowdplay.com for more information. Pickler going to air it out. Touchdown, Louisiana. First on the board.
Nice throw and nice catch by the tight end, Cody Scott. Wide open in the end zone. His first season coming over from St. Louis. And I think that the Mexico City defense just kind of lost him right there. It appears that he had one guy with him, Jeff Daggs, the safety, and just fortunately didn't read that one correctly if you are Mexico City. But a nice little drive and a great capitalize off the turnover for Louisiana.
And we will see Matt Finnick come on. 5th round pick for the Revs to handle kicking duties for them. Hoping to add the 7th point here and to put his Revs up by 7. High snap, gets it down though, up and through. Louisiana takes a 7-0 lead on the road here south of the border. We will take a short break, but we'll be right back after this. You're watching the Simulation Football League live on 11 Sports and for the fans, our Crowd Play Game of the Week. You don't want to miss it. It's a 22-yard drive for Louisiana, capped off with the 22-yard passing touchdown to Cody Scapper, Johnny Pickler, Vincent alongside my Kate Stevens, the leading national art builder in the stats truck, giving us all those lovely statistics. And Louisiana capitalizing off of yet another takeaway that they have produced here in this young season, week 4 of this young season. Coming into this ball game, they were first in the league and still first in the league, now with 12.
Yeah, now with 12, just adding on to that. And gosh, Eric, something tells me that's probably not the last one today. They are extraordinarily opportunistic on the back end, and all it takes is one little hesitation or misstep, and they're happy to take advantage of it, as they've shown throughout season 15 here in the SFL.
We'll see if they can take advantage of it on this drive as TJ Punk gets the catch there on first down. Good for a gain of 5. And if you're new to the Simulation Football League, you're watching the first controlerless esport where strategy and AI instead of thumbs determines the outcome. Teams submit game plans prior to the simulation, and the results play out live in real time with hundreds of viewers turn players, scouts, coaches, and team owners on the field to create an all-new kind of virtual reality. As Matt Wilson throws it over the middle, and that is caught for first down yardage out to the 44-yard line. By the way, be sure to visit simulationfl.net for more details.
Yeah, nice throw over the middle right there by Matt Wilson for the completion and the first down, and kind of threads it through the defense for Mike Daggs. Mike Daggs, that's his 3rd catch of the game so far, and we kind of spoke about him being an integral piece of the offense, and I have to imagine you'll see a lot more of him.
Leading receiver, actually, on this ball club, coming into the ball game with 455 yards for a tight end on only 17 catches, as Phoenix Jones gets another carry, and that time it's good for 4 out to the 47.
Chipping away at that defense, Mexico City, an attempt to potentially soften them up, maybe bring the linebackers and safeties a little closer to the line of scrimmage and possibly take advantage of that later on.
Mexico City comes to the line with 2 wide receivers, one on each side of the formation, 2 running backs split behind Wilson, who's under center. 5-step drop for Wilson, takes his time, throws it over the middle, into coverage and incomplete. That was battered away by Blake B. Craze, his first season in Louisiana, coming over from Chicago.
Yeah, nicely read by him, dropping back into the middle of the defense, and I believe Wilson just possibly didn't see him on the play, and he knocks the football away and brings up a 3rd down for Mexico City.
Wilson under center for 3rd down. Slings the football over the middle. That's caught. First down yardage once again as they've been moving the football well through the air. This time that's Nicholas Daggs with his first catch of the ball game.
Yeah, nicely done. The way that Louisiana's defense lined up prior to the snap of the football, it looked like the middle of the field would be covered quite well, and maybe just a really well drawn up offensive play by Mexico City to spread them out and open it up. And once again, the chains are moving on.
Quick first quarter here between these two teams as we're under a minute to go in the opening frame. Caught once again. This time it is TJ Punk again. That is his 2nd catch on the ball game, and he's close to a first down. They'll make it 2nd and manageable.
As far as pass yards go for Louisiana's defense, they don't normally give up too many. 271 average per game. That's 12th in the SFL, right about middle of the pack. With that being said, something to remember, folks, is the number 1 passing offense in the SFL is the Mexico City Aztecs.
They have focused more on a pass-heavy type of offensive mindset this year with the departure of the Hall of Famer Ray Bentley. And Phoenix Jones gets a carry of about 1 there. And, Cade, we talked about that in week 1 as well, and it's become more apparent as the season has gone on. Mexico City focusing a little bit more on the passing attack.
Yeah, it's something that's it's worked for them as well, too. It's not like they've had to focus on it and can't get it done on that avenue either, but it's working.
End of 1 quarter, Revolution up by 7 on the road south of the border. This is the Crowd Play Game of the Week. Simulation Football League action rolls on 11 Sports and for the fans after this. Quick flip the sides of the field here as Matt Wilson is under center, moving left to right now. His Aztecs trying to get some points on the board as Mike Daggs gets another catch, and that connection has been very real here this afternoon. And we'll get a look at Matt Wilson's numbers coming into today, second in passing yards in the league, kid.
Yeah, second in passing yards in the league, and a vast majority of that 1,098. As a matter of fact, almost half of that total yardage right there came in a Week 2 loss against St. Louis, where he threw for 489 yards. Absolutely incredible effort for him that week, even though they came up short.
Wilson handoff to Phoenix Jones this time. Jones muscling through defenders, eventually gets stood up right around the 24-yard line. The funny part is, because I went and looked at the whole records, because I had to know who has the single game record. It's not even close. I think it's 680 and change, I believe. It was Rocco Marconi
Wow.
for the Minneapolis Mauler. Not even close.
You would imagine that would be somewhere in the ballpark, but I guess not.
Not quite. Not quite. 2nd and 3 from the 24. Another handoff to Phoenix Jones. Good hole there, and he does get first down yardage, but pays for it as it gets tattooed right at the first down marker. That was Chuck Diesel coming in the lane, the wood.
Yeah, good run and good vision there by Phoenix Jones. An excellent job by his offensive line opening up the hole for him to cut back and come through. But as you said, Chuck Diesel definitely laying the wood on that one.
Into the SFL red zone they go, though. Fresh set of downs at the 19-yard line for the Aztecs. Wilson under center once again, this time with 3 wideouts to work with. Instead, he'll hand it off to Jones. Stutter steps and gets stood up. Couple of yards there as he makes it out to about the 16-yard line, 2nd down.
Yeah, Mexico City very determined to try and get the run game working for them so far in this game. And when they've had to throw, it's worked. So, if you're Louisiana, you cannot key in too much on Phoenix Jones. You have to be wary that Matt Wilson is very, very dangerous.
And I'm sure Ramos Lynn and his staff did not want a game plan to throw on this secondary here in this ball game, but they're going to do so here, and they'll have success. Matt Wilson to Mike Daggs for their first touchdown.
Wow, great read and great route by Mike Daggs on the play. Just absolutely incredible to beat the defensive secondary off to the edge of the end zone, and Wilson sees him immediately and gets him the football, and these guys are 3 of them left wondering what happened.
And it looked like Malinishin was on cover there and just couldn't quite turn his hips quick enough there. And that resulted in the easy touchdown, far too easy, from Matt Wilson to Mike Daggs. We'll see Cole Varner come on to attempt the extra point to tie the game. Good snap, good hole. Kick is up and through. 7-7 now as the Aztecs tie the football game up with 9:13 to go here in the first half. They've had a nice back and forth ball game, so don't you go anywhere. This is the Crowd Play Game of the Week. Simulation Football League action rolls on right after this, live on 11 Sports and for the fans. And Kay, this is your baby here. Looking at the highlight reel, this is Mike Daggs with a bomb last week here against London.
Yeah, Mike Daggs, an integral piece of this game so far. Last week, a very similar situation where he was heavily targeted, 80-yard touchdown on that play en route to a big day, 5 catches and 128 yards in that game for Mike Daggs. And big season for him so far, 17 catches, 455 yards, and 5 touchdowns coming into this game. That was number 6, a staggering, Eric, 27 yards per reception so far.
Oof. It's huge. And that was a huge drive by Mexico City. 12 plays, 75 yards, 16-yard passing touchdown from Wilson to Daggs. As Twin Screw will return the football, and he will bring it up to about the 20-yard line, just shy, mark it at the 19. Pickler will come out for the Revs' third possession here on offense, and they've been looking good so far. Had that first drive stall out on them, but off the turnover, they were able to convert the touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely. And a big part of the offense for them has been the running back, Reggie Streeter, who we've not seen really get going so far. And that might be what Louisiana needs in order to build some momentum here.
And they're going to hand it off to Streeter, and a nice spin move there. Gives them some extra yardage, and they'll give him the first down. I think he was a little shy of it, but I'm not wearing pinstripes out there, so.
Yeah, nice run by him, asking you shall receive, I suppose, as he has a couple of nice moves, breaks a tackle right there at the line of scrimmage, and a nice spin move to get the ball out to first down yardage. And Louisiana and Reggie Streeter, I'm sure they'd like to see some more of that.
And by the way, a quick notification here from the league. The previous ball game that was interrupted, unfortunately, it is an official final score of 41-20, so a victory for the Chicago Wildcats over the London Knights, as Pickler drops back to pass. He's had several receivers in the area and somehow could not complete it to a single one of them.
Yeah, not entirely sure out of that group who his primary receiver was on the play. He had 3 guys it could have gone to, all 3 of them arguably open right there. So maybe last minute decided to change his mind on where it was going. And I do that with my golf swing sometimes. Doesn't usually end up as well.
Yeah, your golf swing's a heck of a lot prettier than mine, too. Second down here, tie ball game. Pickler under center this time. He's got Streeter as the lone back. He's going to sling it out to the far end of the formation. That's caught. Chase Earl will step out of bounds. And it's close to a 5-yard gain. They'll mark it just shy of that. Actually, they'll mark it 3rd and 5.
Good little out to Chase Earl. And, boy, if he could have just turned upfield, that's quite easily a first down, I do believe. Unfortunately, momentum carries him out of bounds, but a 3rd and manageable nonetheless.
And the Revs face another 3rd down. Converted 2 of 3 so far in the ball game. Pickler takes the low snap, converts it over the middle, and that's a good pitch and catch for first down yardage out to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, nice throw on the play, quite honestly. And it looked like almost the same route tree that they tried to run where he was unsure of potentially the receiver he was after, just kind of flopped it over to the left side, and this time around got the ball out there for a first down.
Reggie Streeter having trouble getting out of the backfield. Broke about 3 different tacklers, but still had nothing to show for it. Second down.
Yeah, quite a lot of effort to not really gain any yardage on that play for Streeter, as you made note of there, Eric. That was just staring a wall in the face as soon as he got the ball.
And Streeter, as you mentioned, having a tough time getting going in the early goings of this ball game. 6 carries for 18 yards as of right now. We'll see if the Revs want to get him going a little bit further, as Pickler's going to throw again. Another out route and another catch as he's falling out of bounds. Chase Earl once again with the catch.
Yeah, it looked like very similar play to, once again, that they ran to Earl on the previous 2nd down. A nice out route once again to give him, like you said, third and a little bit more manageable, I suppose.
Third down, quick throw, one-handed grab, but man, did he pay for it. Not a first down, but a good catch nonetheless there, as that was caught by Twin Screw, the rookie 2nd-round pick out of Madison.
I like the idea there of trying to get the ball out quickly in an effort to get across the line. I think it was just let go a hair too soon by Pickler, and a nice effort anyways by Twin Screw to try to get to the first down. Looks like they might try to either draw Mexico City offsides or potentially go for it here.
We'll see if the Revs want to run a play or they might want to draw the Aztecs offside. And it does look like the Revs are going to have to burn a timeout. That will be their first one of the ball game.
Yeah, I can't say I fault them there for at least giving it an effort. If they draw them offsides, they're set up extremely well, and they're just a little too far back to try to kick a field goal. So go ahead and punt the ball back and see if you can pin Mexico City deep in their own territory.
It's Pickler chatting it up on the sidelines there with Gerald Smith, the head coach. Looks like we will see the punting unit one more time here for the Revs. Walter Melanishin, the punter, 6'2", 215. His second punt of the afternoon. Pinned Mexico City back on the 5 the first time around. We'll see what will happen this time as they actually return the football. But not too much better as it's out to the 14-yard line, and Mexico City will once again have a long field to work with.
Yeah, solid kick anyways. Like you said, anything inside the 20, I have to imagine is just a bit of a moral victory, as if you just wanted to give them the ball on the 20, you can kick it in the end zone every time. And Melanishin's done a nice job so far in this game with punting duties.
Wilson comes out with trips towards the top of the formation. Instead, he'll hand it off to Jones, and he gets blown up in the backfield. What a play by the Revs defense. Big number 96, Blake B. Craze, getting in there and making the tackle.
Yeah, Blake B. Craze on the play steamrolled his way untouched into the backfield, and Phoenix Jones felt every little bit of that hit that he laid down. I could hear it up here.
I think Jones might have whispered in Wilson's ear in the huddle, don't run into me this time, please. Wilson, pressure coming, throws it over the middle, caught. Couple yards there as Daggs gets another catch on his resume today.
Yeah, they're swarming around. I think these guys are potentially starting to figure out what Mexico City's trying to do. The strong safety Tank Bennett coming up there and taking Daggs' legs out from underneath him.
Which is the best way, honestly, to tackle Daggs. Big dude, 6'7", 265 in his 6th season in the league. 3rd and 9 now for Wilson. Short drop, finds a receiver for first down yardage. Out across to the 25-yard line. Richard Montague with a big play.
Yeah, good read and good job by the offensive line, giving Matt Wilson enough time to allow Montague to get open and make the throw for a first down on that play. Those guys don't get enough credit sometimes, Eric. Great job.
It was actually really good coverage by the Revs defense as well. So hats off to them, but Mexico City able to make the better play, moving those chains there. Under 5 minutes to go here in the opening half. Wilson to throw again. Down towards the bottom of the formation, near sideline. Caught close to first down yardage as K.L. Barrett gets about 9.5.
9.5, second catch of the game. And, second inches really opens up the playbook for them. They've got a lot of different options. Take the top off the defense or send Phoenix Jones up the middle.
Phoenix Jones does excel in those short yardage situations. Wilson does have both him and Horrell behind the line, and Jones gets a big hole, and he will have first down yardage out to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, great awareness by him, making the leap over a defender to get through the hole and up the field for a first down and a good amount more.
Mexico City huddling quickly. Breaking the huddle quickly, I should say. Wilson coming back up under center once again. Jones the lone back. 3 wide receivers for him to work with. Wilson. Good pocket. Throws it down towards the near sideline. Caught by Barrett once again. And again, he gets very close to first down yardage.
Yeah, he's been just about on the line the last couple of times in a row. And one of these times they're going to give it to him, but not just yet. Great catch and great throw on that play from Wilson to Barrett.
Might have to adjust the route running just a little bit there. Just give him that chest hair more than he needs. So you can see there from our unofficial lines on the screen. Jones plowing ahead, and he does get first down yardage. Didn't get much, but he got enough.
Yeah, got just about what he needed on that play and is Hit first on the play, I believe, by Ross Napoli, the defensive end. Was able to get a hold of him before he was swarmed by others.
Four down lineman for the Revs on defense. Wilson sees something that he doesn't like. He'll switch the play up at the line. Wilson checking to a run, and Jones again pays for the run. And another big-time hit by the Revs defense. They have come out to play, and that's Blake B. Craze again, Cade. He's coming out for blood.
Oh, he's got some steam in that engine right now. He's making some big hits so far in the game. That's going to be his third one so far, and the last two that we saw were quite violent. He's trying to let him know he's there. Phoenix Jones is not going to want to run that way anymore.
2nd and 11. Wilson instead going to swing it out to Jones. One-on-one, and a good tackle there made towards the far sideline. Even Arthur, the corner, is able to stand Jones up.
Yeah, even Arthur, nice job getting a hold of Jones and bringing him down for just a 1-yard gain. A 3rd and long it will be for Mexico City.
Breaking the huddle, approaching the 2-minute warning here in Mexico City. Tie ball game, very competitive ball game between these two squads. Wilson, good pocket, throws it over the middle, caught. Mike Daggs once again. And Cade, you really don't need to put a ton of air on the ball to get it to Mike Daggs.
Yeah, not at all, Eric. You can put the ball within a garage door's length of him anywhere, and he will find a way to come up with it. When Wilson first releases this ball, I wasn't too sure that that's where he was going with it. It looked like potentially Montague, the receiver behind Mike Daggs, and I was slightly concerned, but my concern is quickly washed away with a great catch for a first down by Mike Daggs on the play.
Sure, Wilson's concern is washed away as well. They'll try to get one more play in before the 2-minute warning, but they do not. We have hit 2 minutes to go here in the first half, as we have a tie ball game. 7-7 here as the undefeated Louisiana Revolution look to keep their streak alive here south of the border in Estadio Azteca. Crowd Play Game of the Week here for the Simulation Football League, live on 11 Sports and for the fans right after this. Back here with 2 minutes to go in Mexico City. Wilson trying to lead the Aztecs on a touchdown drive, and a good throw as Wilson slides out of, that's Barrett with the catch, and he slides out of bounds there. Good gain of 6 on first down. And the community was thinking just barely that Mexico City was going to come out with the victory here. Maybe underestimating the undefeated Revs a little bit, Cade.
Yeah, it's understandable. The home field advantage, a good reason to want to go with Mexico City here. Louisiana, after the loss by Denver earlier today, the last undefeated team in the SFL.
They had Mexico City trying to knock off the last undefeated team in the SFL. Another big pitch and catch there. Wilson has been unstoppable here in the early goings.
Yeah, very similar corner route that Richard Montague ran on that play that Daggs scored on a little earlier, and a great throw. Once again, Matt Wilson showing a lot of comfort throwing out to the right side.
First and goal from the 1. Clock still churning, but they don't need a ton of time as Laurel Horrell gets in there for a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, what else do you need to do? I mean, you've got a great push on the interior offensive line. And a great job by them and a great job by Horrell getting into the end zone, and Mexico City taking the lead at home.
And hats off to Laura Horrell, her first career SFL touchdown there, either on the ground or through the air, and she makes it a good one there, giving the Aztecs the lead with 1:26 to go in the opening half.
And hopefully for her and the rest of the league, the first of many to come.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Cole Varner lining up for the extra point to make it a 7-point lead. Another low snap. Eventually gets it up, and Varner boots it through. 7-point lead here for the Aztecs at home. And Cade, we mentioned it. It's our crowd play game of the week. I know you and I have played it, but have you out there played it? It's so much fun to play. It's our new partner for 2020. It's the game about the game. You get to play the game about the game. Follow the action, answer questions for a chance to win a share of $1,000 prize pool. That's $1,000, $1K. Be sure to visit crowdplay.com for more information. Free to download on both the App Store and the Google Play Store. It's free money. Twin Screw with the return there, and he makes it out to the 19-yard line. And Kate, I know Dags and Wilson have had a couple of these crowd play game of the weeks. How's your thumbs there? Can you beat the crowd?
Oh man, it's been fun so far. We're a little preoccupied right now, unable to participate this week per se. But like I said, free money, man. Just a lot of fun to play. I've quite enjoyed it this season. Great partnership with Crowd Play, and happy that they have us on board.
And Reggie Streeter gets a good carry there, but fumbles the football just past the line to gain, and Mexico City will take over off the fumble recovery.
And Eric, unfortunately for Streeter, that has been an issue with him. A really big game last week in week 3 as he rushed for quite a bit, well over 100 yards, and blemished just by 2 fumbles. First one today just happened. Streeter has had a really good season 15. Unfortunately, the ball is just a little slippery for him right now.
Yeah, 36 carries, 167 yards, and 2 touchdowns last week in their victory. Throw there by Wilson, and again connects. I believe that was Mike Dags once again. He is a little slow to get up, but that's another catch there. Once again, the connection is real between the two best friends.
Yeah, Mike Dags very early on here, nearing 100 yards in the ball game already, which is kind of wild. But like I said early on, big piece of this offense for Mexico City, and he's going to continue to be a big piece.
Wilson again throwing it over the middle. Caught for a minimal gain. That's Montague with the catch, going no huddle here. Mexico City still with all 3 timeouts. Wilson again, gonna throw over the middle into traffic and incomplete. By the way, I want to correct a quick, misquote from me. The Crowd Play, if you want to download Crowd Play, if you want to visit their website, it's crowdplayapp.com. So crowdplayapp.com. So be sure to visit them for more information on how you guys can win a share of that $1,000 prize pool as we get a look at the previous play. And Louisiana had a heck of a chance there at another turnover.
Yeah, Nathan Blake with an opportunity to get his 5th one on the season right there. And unfortunately just threw his hands and into his chest and down to the turf.
I know he wants the bragging rights, having the most interceptions in the league going through week 4. Wilson, pump fakes, pressure coming he's thrown, tipped in the air and intercepted. They've got a convoy down the far sideline. Louisiana trying to bring it back deep into the territory, and they bring it back to the 36-yard line. And that was, I believe that was Blake, wasn't it? No, it was Tank Bennett.
Tank Bennett, the strong safety, coming up with a big interception after they had backed themselves into a tight spot right there. I believe that was the linebacker, Chuck Diesel, who gets his hand on it, knocks it into the air. Tank Bennett coming up with a huge interception. That's going to be the 13th interception for Louisiana on the season and saving them from a potential 2-score game here.
So 1st and 10 with 27 seconds to go. 2 timeouts for the Revs. Might have an opportunity to get some points on the board before the half. Hand off to Streeter. Fumbled just a possession ago. He'll only get a couple, as Louisiana will hurry to the line. Pickler again going to hand it off to Streeter, trying to bounce it to the outside, and does. He eventually gets hit by Dags. knocked to the turf at the 44-yard line. Getting dangerously close to the end of the half, and the Revs will finally burn their second timeout with 3 seconds to go.
Wow, what a turn of events right there, Eric. That was wild. Something that needs to be noted as well on the intercepted play by Matt Wilson. He was just absolutely drilled, getting rid of the football, potentially causing just a little bit of inaccuracy. And Louisiana, we've said it over and over, very opportunistic defense, 13 interceptions now on the season, took advantage of another one right there.
We'll see if they can capitalize here with a touchdown as they line up in the Hail Mary formation. Pickler's does have a strong arm. He'll take the snap. Pressure's coming in his face, trying to avoid it, but he's going to go down. Mexico City gets to him to end the half, and Louisiana will go into the locker room down 7, visiting Mexico City.
Yeah, the rookie Andre Krim, first-round pick out of San Jose, comes up big there with the sack before halftime.
And as I mentioned, 14-7 your score as the Aztecs hold a 7-point advantage over the visiting Louisiana Revolution. So we get a look at the first half stats and highlights. Cade, what jumps out at you?
Yeah, definitely the biggest thing jumping out at me here, it appears, is the rushing yards for Louisiana. Incredibly low. They are averaging 147 a game. That's third in the SFL. And so far, Streeter really unable to get anything going.
Yeah, Streeter having a hard time getting things going. And I think the other thing that jumps out at me is the fact that Mexico City has converted 71% of their third downs. Coming into this ball game, they were only converting about 31%. Dead last in the league.
Yeah, just kudos to Ramos Lynn for looking in to see what they could find out could be done differently. And the play call here at home in Mexico City has been good for them. It's worked out. They hold a 1-score lead. It was really close to being a 2-score lead. Unfortunately, turned the ball over before halftime. And Louisiana's defense trying to give their offense every opportunity that they can. And second half adjustments, once they're made, we'll see what happens. But that offense for Louisiana, it's only a matter of time before they really get humming here.
And that really was a key interception there, that second pick for Louisiana to keep the momentum kind of in their favor, because Mexico City is going to be getting the second half kickoff here. So if they had gone up by 2 touchdowns and then gotten the return in the second half, who knows what would have happened? We might be looking at 28-7.
Yeah, it could be a whole different ball game. It's really hard to say, and so despite not scoring before halftime, not really enough time for them to do much. Still, like you said, Eric, a really, really big takeaway for them right there, as they are able to prevent going down any further. Before giving the ball right back to Mexico City to kick off the second half.
As we get a look at beautiful Estadio Azteca, live in Mexico City, Mexico, home of the Aztecs, playing host to the 3-0 Louisiana Revolution. And as mentioned, Mexico City will receive the second half kickoff. Eric Vincent alongside my best friend Cade Stevens, Art Vandelay, and Delaney Nash in the stat truck for us. And we certainly appreciate their efforts today, making us sound smarter than we actually are.
Great folks they are. Great folks.
Absolutely. Good return there for Mexico City. That's Jason Bartley, the undrafted rookie, handling the return duties, and he'll bring it out to the 27-yard line where Wilson and company will take over once again. Wilson throwing 2 interceptions, but still has looked good through the air, 20 of 24, 198 yards on a touchdown.
Yeah, he's been fantastic, and there's a reason, and we spoke about it already, that Mexico City coming into this game second in the SFL in pass yards per game, averaging just about 366, because Wilson has taken the offense, put it on his shoulders, and made a lot of things happen with some help from Mike Daggs, of course, and Richard Montague and KL Barrett and Jason Bartley. Great set of receivers and tight ends on offense. So. He makes it a little easier for him, but they've done a fantastic job leaning more on the pass than the run this season.
Always makes it easy to have weapons on offense, as K.O. Barrett could not reel that one in on first down, brings up 2nd and 10. Heavier formation for the Aztecs here. 2 backs split in the backfield for Wilson. Instead, he'll throwing that kind of drag route going towards the far sideline, and he's got his best friend Mike Daggs once again as he waltzes out of bounds. Upcoming ball games here, and we've got some good ones coming up. Portland at Carolina, will be on the SFL Twitch channel. That will be at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 6 o'clock Central. Las Vegas, Sioux Falls, that's going to be on the SFL's YouTube channel, 7:15, 6:15 Eastern. Vancouver, Queen City, and Charleston, Atlanta are the next couple of ball games on the Week 4 slate for the Simulation Football League. Wilson hit as he's thrown, but gets it complete, and that is first down yardage out to midfield. K.L. Barrett with a gutsy catch and coverage.
Yeah, they found something in the secondary of Louisiana that's working for them, and they're really taking advantage of it, but it requires very small windows, and Matt Wilson has not hesitated getting the football there. As you see, another big play right there to K.L. Barrett, and after the play before that to tight end Mike Daggs, I believe that has put him over 100 yards on the day.
Another 100-yard game for Mike Daggs, as Wilson is going to air it out into coverage and incomplete. It was one-on-one coverage, and his receiver had a step, but could not quite make it happen as Tank Bennett was out there in coverage.
Yeah, Montague definitely had a step on Tank Bennett there. He might have had about 3 steps on Tank Bennett there. Unfortunately, the ball just ever so slightly underthrown, and Bennett with a very athletic leap able to knock that one away and prevent Montague from walking into the end zone for about a 50-yard touchdown.
Penalty marker on the play as Phoenix Jones gets another handoff and pays for it once again. This linebacking core for the Revs is out for blood once again. We'll have to see what the penalty marker is, though.
Neutral zone infraction, number 91.
And it looks like someone got happy feet on the Revolution defense. And that's good for a free 5 yards. Ross Napoli there getting the jump a little early, the first-round pick.
It's still relatively early, but down 7, you never want to give this offense, which appears to be humming quite nicely right now, any sort of free yardage.
And a quick broadcasting note, just want to correct my mistake there a little bit earlier. 8 and 8:15 Eastern Time, 7 and 7:15 Central Time will be the next couple of games on the SFL Twitch and YouTube channels, respectively, as Phoenix Jones gets a handoff, and he buries his head into the pile and pushes ahead to the 37 for first down yardage.
Yeah, the strong safety, Tank Bennett, ending up making the tackle. We've called his name an awful lot today for more than one reason, but great run on that play by Phoenix Jones, getting up and taking advantage of a hole.
So again, the Aztecs moving the sticks, still on this first possession here in the second half, and another completion from Wilson to one of his receivers. This time Montague will step out of bounds after a game of 7.
Yeah, Montague turning upfield right there, even though he'd stepped out of bounds, was ready to keep the speed all the way to the end zone if he could on that play.
Let's go.
2nd and 3 from the 30 with about 9 minutes to go. Wilson, pocket collapsing, finds a man wide open, one-handed grab along the far sideline, sets up 1st and goal from the 5.
Wow, K.L. Barrett, Eric, streaking up the sideline. Matt Wilson with a great throw out to him, puts it just a little far, but Barrett, very athletic one-handed grab, goes and gets it, and Bennett saves a touchdown on the play with a big hit at the 5-yard line. And wow, this Mexico City offense out for blood here to start the second half.
Look, I know our friend and colleague Chris Curtis is the logo currently, but maybe we should put that as the logo. Like that was a heck of a catch there.
Looking awfully good.
Handoff this time, and that goes absolutely nowhere. Phoenix Jones has had tough sledding today, as again Blake B. Cray is getting in there and making a stop.
Louisiana defense reeling just a little bit right now. Best case scenario for them, outside of a turnover, would like to stand up here and make a nice goal line stand.
Let's see what they can do here on the 2nd down and goal. Nice throw there by Wilson and a good open field tackle. Even Arthur stopped Barrett before he could cross the goal line, and that's going to set up a 3rd and goal from the 1.
Yeah, Barrett making an effort to try and finish what he started on this drive. And as you said, even Arthur, great job making the open field tackle and stopping him short. 1 yard here. It's all but inevitable. We'll see Horrell or Jones get a carry.
We'll have to see. It is a heavy formation. It is going to be a handoff, trying to find the hole, and does. Touchdown Aztecs. Phoenix Jones gets into the end zone.
Phoenix Jones, and this cannot be overstated how well the offensive line blocked on that play, as he's got the ability to run parallel to the line of scrimmage behind the line and nobody breaks through, makes it to the other side and scores. That was an absolutely incredible effort right there. And Laura Horrell with in case you missed it there, folks, the fullback just absolutely annihilating one of the linebackers there on the line of scrimmage. That was a very nicely run play, although it's not one of the sexy plays, as it's just a short 1 yard run. Just incredible effort by them and a great drive for Mexico City.
Varner to put him up by 2 touchdowns. High snap, gets it down, up and through, 21-7, as Mexico City trying to knock off the undefeated Louisiana Revolution at home south of the border. This is the Crowd Play Game of the Week in the Simulation Football League. Live on 11 Sports and for the fans. We continue right after this. Back live in Estadio Azteca as the Aztecs just took a 2-touchdown lead, I should say, over the undefeated Louisiana Revolution. The Revs looking to respond here as they get a decent kick return out to the 21-yard line. And, Cade, we discussed this a little bit on the break. Mexico City can do no wrong on offense. 12-play scoring drive, 13-play scoring drive, 14-play scoring drive. Just an unbelievable showing here by the offense.
Yeah, incredible effort. And the issue Louisiana it seems to be having now is that they cannot get their defense off the field, as the sustained drives by Mexico City are wearing them out. Even on one of their interceptions, a 10-play drive. And, drives like that, man, it kills your defense. Your offense is got to get out there and do something, give you a break, and, try to get you back in the football game here. But one of the reasons that the clock has continued to tick and the overall number of plays run in this game heavily favors Mexico City.
And that last graphic, I think, says it all there. Matt Wilson throwing for 254 yards, Pickler only with 78. And that was only the 21st play of the ball game that they just ran right there. This play number 22 in the ball game, another swing to Streeter as he tries to make the line to game, but a good open field tackle. Dexter Jackson makes the play.
And it appears that Mexico City's defense has figured out what they want to do with the Louisiana offense, not really giving them a chance to get much going here. But, great point, Eric. Just 22, 23 plays so far for the offense is just not going to get it done for you.
Third down here for the Revs. Streeter, no blocking in front of him, and Mexico City buries him in the backfield. Once again, Dexter Jackson, 2 big plays in a row, and that's going to be another punt for the Revs.
Wow, the outside linebacker there, Dexter Jackson, coming in with a full head of steam, just buries Reggie Streeter in the backfield. And if you're a Revolution fan out there, that's just not really what you wanted to see happen for your team there on their offensive effort, as they're going to have to punt it right back to a very spicy Mexico City Aztecs offense.
There's definitely some extra jalapenos in that offensive playbook here today, as the Aztecs will field it right around the 40-yard line, get a couple more yards. Actually, they'll mark them right at the 40-yard line, and that's where the Aztecs will take over once again. And, Cade, we talked about it a little bit, but coming into this ball game, Mexico City only converting 31% on third down. Only 31%. And they're coming into this ball game, they're converting about 78%. It's just such a huge turnaround.
Absolutely incredible. That's definitely, if they keep that up, it's going to help the average moving forward in the season. And perhaps they figured out what works for them. Maybe that's something that they've grown on in the first 3 weeks of the season. And that's not what you want to see.
That's not what you want to see. No, sir. Wilson throwing it to even Arthur as he gets an interception on his resume today. And that's just what the Revolution needed to get back in the ball game.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you're going to get it from anywhere, that, like I said, that secondary is going to help you out. And even Arthur, with a fantastic job, has just produced the 3rd interception of the game for the Louisiana Revolution. And that's going to be Arthur's, I believe, was that his 4th pick of the season as well.
That is his 4th pick.
3 guys with 4 picks now. That's absolutely incredible.
All on the same team.
All on the same team. And for those who are not sure who it is, that's Tank Bennett, Nathan Blake, and even Arthur. 4 interceptions apiece on the season so far.
Pickler in trouble, and he's going to go down. Pocket was collapsing in a hurry. Brock Lee eventually got in there, his 2nd year in the league.
Wow, and well, you just got to do something. You know, if you're Louisiana, you quick plays, and you know the swing pass obviously wasn't necessarily working for him on the last drive, but try something over the middle, see if you can find a soft spot somewhere. But they right now can't really afford to hang on to the ball too long.
And that's going to be a catch by Streeter coming out of the backfield. Nice spin move there by Reggie Streeter as he gets that 1st down. Oh, gosh, they're going to mark him shy? Are you kidding? That's a bad spot.
Oh, I got to agree with you there. I mean, after the effort that man put in right there and then put a few guys on skates, I think Streeter deserved the 1st down mark on that one. Wow, what a job by him, and good heads up by Pickler to get the ball out to his playmaking running back on that play.
That was definitely a 1st down in my book. I don't know where this 3rd and inches garbage is coming from, but referee needs his eyes examined. Hand off to Streeter. Streeter's looking to get the 1st down yardage and doesn't get much, but he will move those chains out to the 26-yard line.
Yeah, 3rd and inches too. A little bit of a dangerous play call to send Streeter out to the edge. You know, one guy messes up and they don't seal that, and he can be buried in the backfield once again. But a good job by him. Extraordinarily athletic running back Reggie Streeter, able to pick up a 1st down on a 3rd and inches that maybe should have already been a 1st down.
Pickler, fresh set of downs, airing it out into coverage and incomplete. Jeffrey Daggs read that the whole way. And I think Pickler is saying, hey, guys, maybe ran that a little different.
Oh, for sure. It looked like, as the ball soared through the air, it looked like he had his guy. And a great job by Jeff Daggs to get in there and knock that one away.
Brings up 2nd down from the 26-yard line. 4 minutes, 12 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. 3 running backs in the backfield there for Pickler. Hand off to Streeter, following the hole there, and does get positive yardage out to the 23-yard line, gain of 4.
Yeah, good job on that play by Reggie Streeter, finding a little bit of room. It looked like Mexico City was stacking the box pretty heavily before the ball was snapped, and he finds a way to get through and gain some yardage. A 3rd and 6 here.
Pickler looking like he wants to air it out here in this formation. Pocket collapsing, throws it over the middle, caught. He had plenty of receivers in the area and finds one of them, Chase Earl, in his 1st year coming over from St. Louis.
Yeah, great catch by Chase Earl to bring it down to the Mexico City 7-yard line. You made a good point there, Eric. He had a few receivers in the area, and I think he could have taken his pick between more than one. As you see the replay right there, he's got 3, arguably 4 guys open at that moment on that play.
Possibly could have hit twin screw there. Looks like he might have had a bigger opening and a wide open path to the end zone, but he'll settle for a 1st and goal.
Absolutely. I'll take it any day.
Setting up shop at the 7. Mexico City showing blitz. Streeter trying to squeak out a yard or 2 and does. As we get a look at his numbers on the day, that 1 fumble there and 41 yards on the ground. Not necessarily a big-time day for him.
No, not at all. Averaging 4.4 yards a carry coming into this game. 2.7, not at all what he or the Louisiana offense want to see.
Pickler going to swing it out to Streeter. He is wide open. No one's going to touch him. Waltzes into the end zone. Easy touchdown, Revs.
Nicely done on the play and a good read. Pickler knew where he wanted to go, I do believe, most of the time, and somehow Reggie Streeter being a huge piece of the offense so far. Mexico City just appeared to lose him, and he does a great job getting on the outside and racks up his first receiving touchdown of this season 15.
Fennec looking to draw the Revs within 7 with this extra point here. Haven't had to see him handle a field goal yet today. However, he is 6 for 6 on the year, long of 49, so this should be an easy one for him on the extra point. Kick is up and through. 7-point ball game here in Mexico City, and we will take another short break. 2:46 to go here in the third quarter, and Mexico City gets the ball back on the other side of the break. This is the Crowd Play Game of the Week, live in the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Don't go anywhere. Louisiana putting together a positive drive of their own, capping off an 8-play, 38-yard drive with a 5-yard passing touchdown to Reggie Streeter coming out of the backfield. Eric Benson alongside my best friend Cade Stevens, Art Vandelay, and Delaney Nash in the attached truck today for us. And we are south of the border here today. Looking at Reggie Streeter's numbers coming into the ballgame, we've talked ad nauseum about them. Third most in the SFL with rushing yards.
Yeah, he's been a big piece of the offense, and Louisiana's offense. What's been so special about it this season, as they have been undefeated up until this point, is that they have been extraordinarily balanced. And Streeter providing big runs when it matters most has really opened up the game for them with his first receiving touchdown of the season. You saw right there, over 100 receiving yards. Streeter, a big piece of this offense.
And that is another carry by Laura Horrell, as she already has a rushing touchdown on her resume today, her first career rushing touchdown in the SFL. Gain of 4 on that play. Brings up second down. Get a look at Mike Dagg's numbers today. 9 catches, 98 yards. He's looking for that century mark today. Will he get it here in this empty set look for the Aztecs? Wilson to throw over the middle. Caught. First down yardage. That is Mike Daggs. No, excuse me. That's Nicholas Daggs getting the reception. He's had a couple of those today, and that's a big first down.
Yeah, great first down. Great throw and catch. Nicholas Daggs making his first catch of the day. And crazy stat. You know, you're talking about 98 yards for Mike Daggs on the day, and vast majority of that came in the first quarter and a half, which is absolutely incredible. A little quiet since then as we close in on the end of the third quarter.
Glad you pointed that out, Cade, because I've been looking for him. I've been ready to call his number. Throw it to the tight end, man.
You made it easy early on.
Wilson going to sling it out of the backfield to Phoenix Jones, and again he pays for his run, and again that's Blake B. Craze. He is jazzed up over there on that near sideline.
Oh, absolutely. After your defense has taken the ball away 3 times, also putting you back in the football game, down just 1 score after the turnover the last time they were out. Why not be fired up, man? Somebody's ready to make another play for them.
Wilson going back to that empty set look. 3 down linemen for the Revs on defense. Wilson, plenty of receivers in the area, and his receiver gets tattooed on that play, but a good catch by Richard Montague to move those chains.
Ay, man, wow. Kudos to him for hanging on to that football, because he took a licking that sent him about 88 miles an hour back to the future. That was that was incredible.
Did you see the lights when the flux capacitor come on his shoes or something?
1.21 gigawatts.
Bolt of lightning. Wilson throws again. Far sideline. Caught. And Phoenix Jones powering his way for first down yardage. He caught that ball about 4 or 5 yards before the line of gain. And that is just pure effort there by the running back.
Yeah, he was not going to be denied on that one as the cornerback Hood and Bennett come together to try to stop him and just powers his way to the first down. Great effort on that play by Jones.
And especially Bennett, 6'4", 227. That is a formidable presence there in the defensive backfield for the Revs. He'll get a handoff here, and he'll get a good chunk of about 6 yards, getting deeper into Louisiana territory as we come to the end of the third quarter. Mexico City knocking on the door once again. Everybody get your fours up in the chat. We got one more quarter of action here in the Crowd Play Game of the Week, live in the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Don't go anywhere. Back live for the final quarter here in Mexico City in Estadio Azteca. Eric Vincent alongside my best friend Kate Stevens, Art Vandelay, and Delaney Nash down in the stats truck as looks like Laurel Horrell getting another carry, adding to her stats on the evening. First down into the SFL red zone for the Aztecs.
A nice little run up the middle for Horrell, who, good to see her getting more touches, and I think a bright future here in the Simulation Football League.
Setting up shop at the 16 for this 1st and 10. Louisiana needs a defensive stop here. They've gotten 3 already today, looking for another, as that one bobbled and incomplete. Looking along the far sideline, but Melanishin there on coverage and says, no, sir. Get your player position locked and loaded today through our Discord server and the SFL Minor League, SFLM. Now 12 teams. There's more opportunities than ever to be the player you've always wanted to be. Join the Discord community through simulationfl.net. The 2nd season of the SFL Minor League starts in October. This coming October. Contact Deputy Commissioner Andrew Rastelli on Discord for more information. Wilson, 7-step drop. Pressure's coming. He throws it down towards the near sideline. Caught! Could not quite stretch the football out over the goal line, but a big-time play by Barrett as he sets up a 1st and goal.
Yeah, Cale Barrett, a similar result in an earlier drive where he came down with it almost in the exact same spot. Incredible. And way to get your feet in bounds and come down with the ball. I'm sure he would have liked to turn that one around real quick and go ahead and cap that one for a touchdown. But great play for Mexico City right there. And if you're Louisiana, boy, you need to stand up here more than you could ever imagine.
Mexico City almost doubling the offensive plays here for the Louisiana Revolution, as that's another touchdown and another rushing touchdown, this time by Phoenix Jones, his 2nd.
Yeah, nicely done. I mean, that's something that they've done extremely well all season long. Mexico City is the short yardage situations, and between Horrell and Phoenix Jones, boy, they're taking care of it, and nice touchdown for them there.
Yeah, Horrell with a rushing touchdown on her resume. Phoenix Jones with 2 rushing touchdowns. Matt Wilson with a passing touchdown. This offense is definitely clicking here for the Aztecs as they try to go up by 2 touchdowns once again. Varner ready for the extra point. Another high snap, gets it down and up and through. 28-14 for the Aztecs. as we are getting close to that over-under. Cade, you put any money on this one?
Oh man, I think I learned my lesson on that one, Eric. Maybe to to take a step back, but yeah, they're getting close. I'm not sure who took the over or who took the under, but personally, I would tell you that I expected this one to possibly be even more higher scoring than it has so far. And I know we've got time left. There's about 10 minutes left in the game, so yeah, it could always happen.
Plenty of time as Twin Screw returns the football out to the 19-yard line with 9:48 to go here. Pickler going to take over for another offensive possession. And Cade, I mentioned it on that last touchdown. 64 offensive plays for the Aztecs, 32 for the Revolution. That's double the offensive plays.
Yeah, that's incredible, and to think technically they're actually still pretty well within the game. They've got to score on this drive here if they want an opportunity, but despite the lopsided number of plays that each team has run, it's kind of crazy to think about.
And Cade, I know you got one coming in the mail. I got one coming in the mail as well. Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and replica jerseys are out now. Get your name on the back of your team's or your fan favorite team's jersey and visit team stores and libraries for purchase options through sector6apparel.com or through our website at simulationfl.net. Just hit that shop button on the website as Streeter gets another carry, and he gets close to first down yardage out to the 26-yard line. We got our pro jerseys coming in. We hadn't quite ordered the replicas just yet.
Not yet. We'll see how it goes. They look really nice though. That's Temptation River has been flowing as to not not want to order that. Absolutely.
And me without any paddles. 3rd and short here for the Revs. Pickler elects to throw. Pressure's coming towards his backside. He'll throw it down towards the near sideline, and Streeter trying to make an acrobatic catch. All for naught, though, as he is short of the line to gain. Even if he did get the catch, it's going to be 4th and 1.
Yeah, most unfortunately, it took Pickler just a little too long to realize there was nothing downfield. And when he finally decided to dump to Streeter, who a little earlier might have had that, just a little too late as he's led out of bounds, and they've got to punt the ball right back to Mexico City. And wow, unless you can force a 3 and out very quickly, this one could be over very quickly for Louisiana.
Malinishin with another punt and another small return here for the Aztecs, making it out to the 36-yard line. Still decent field position for the Aztecs. Hadn't really mattered, though, as they've just marched up and down the football field today.
Yeah, they've really had their way outside of maybe the very beginning drive of the game, have really had their way going up and down and up and down and up and down. And even on the drives where they've turned the football over, they've still been relatively sustained and have really burned the clock.
Phoenix Jones with a big-time carry, and he'll make it out to the 43-yard line. Good chunk of 7 there. That'll keep him ahead of schedule.
Been a good game for Phoenix Jones so far. Even in short yardage situations, he's making it happen. The passing game, he's made it happen. It's not really going to reflect on the stat sheet. 20 carries, 63 yards. He's only averaging 6.2. 2 of those are touchdowns. But, as far as short yardage goes, he's been the guy, and he's really made a good effort to try and establish himself here today.
Definitely a good game plan by Ramos Lynn and his staff, as another catch is made by K.L. Barrett down the near sideline. That's going to be good enough to move those chains. Getting a look at the Week 4 headlines here. Arizona, red hot. They've won 3 straight and blowing out Jacksonville. That was a stunner there. Unfortunately, Lone Star took away the victory against our Fort Worth Toros yesterday. And along with many others of the storylines, we'll get back to those here at the end of this play. Phoenix Jones getting a short carry. St. Louis getting an impressive victory at Tulsa, which is their first ever win in Oklahoma. Vancouver visiting Queen City, and Charleston and Atlanta are trying to avoid going 1-3. I did not foresee that for either of those teams coming into this season. For League Podcast news and features, visit simulationfl.net for more details. Matt Wilson, quick throw, going to sling it out to Phoenix Jones, and again, met right at the line of scrimmage by this defense. They've pretty much had, Jones has had good numbers, but this defense, they've had plenty of those plays where it's just good one-on-one tackles there.
Yeah, I mean that's something that they've done extremely well. Is they've made they made the open field tackle, which is extraordinarily important. Outside of maybe just a couple outliers, but overall, very good tackling defense does Louisiana have.
And Mexico City converting another third down here. That is not what Louisiana needed as the clock continues to roll under 6.5. And Mexico City back in Louisiana territory again.
Right back in it, and putting together just another one of those drives. They're not overly large plays. It's not 20, 30, 40 yards downfield. It's chunk after chunk after chunk, and that's where you're seeing the sustained drives come from Mexico City that has just killed this clock and is really, really starting to put any sort of opportunity for Louisiana to get back in it in jeopardy.
Turnaround handoff this time. Phoenix Jones hurdling a defender. And again, he's shown great effort today, Cade. Coming out of the backfield on swing passes, running the football between the tackles. He's just been very, very astute today.
Yeah, he's taking advantage of the opportunities that he's had, and he's starting to find his niche in the Mexico City offense as he's being leaned on as the primary guy, getting some good help from the fullback, Laura Horrell. And Phoenix Jones done a really, really good job.
Could not get out of the backfield this time as Louisiana had his number. Jeff Milanishin getting in there and making the tackle for loss.
Yeah, that looked like Louisiana sold out to try to stop the run on that one, assuming that Phoenix Jones would get it again. And as you said, the free safety, Jeff Milanishin, coming in with a big hit there.
Brings up another third down for Mexico City. 4 down lineman for the Revs on defense. Wilson to throw. Looks like he's got a guy, and that could have easily been picked off going the other way. Craze has made a ton of big hits today and just could not quite get those big mitts on the football.
Oh, yeah, he had an opportunity there, and you're right. He's been the big hammer on that defensive side of the football today, and an opportunity to come up with a big takeaway for his team. Unfortunately, lets it slide through his hands, and Mexico City, Eric, is going to have an opportunity to make this a 3-score game.
From the 31, this will be a 48-yarder. That is the longest on the season for Cole Varner, and he boots it through with ease. His new long from 48 on the season makes it a 17-point lead here at home for the Aztecs. We're going to have to take another short break, but we'll be back with more Simulation Football League action live on 11 Sports and for the fans on this, our Crowd Play Game of the Week. And Cade Storm, a big-time wide receiver for the Revs, but we haven't seen it so much today. He was big-time last week, though.
Yeah, big time last week, Eric. Targeted 12 times in that game. Big day. That was a toe-tapping touchdown he had in the back of the end zone with a great throw by the quarterback, Johnny Pickler, to him, as you see once again right there. Athletic receiver, somebody we have not seen involved today. Only 1 catch and targeted 2 times. Potentially, that might have something to do with the lack of plays Louisiana has been able to run on offense. But getting the ball back right here, down 3 scores with 5 minutes to go and needing a miracle. Storm, a big name to watch out for.
Big name to watch out for indeed, as Twin Screw takes a knee in the end zone. We're definitely going to need a Storm sighting here for Louisiana if they're going to narrow the gap against the Aztecs, who are just red hot today here at home. Pickler will come up to the line here in a heavy formation. Under center, Streeter, the lone back. Aztec stacking the box. Pickler instead is going to throw. He'll swing it out to Streeter. One-on-one there. Avoids the first one. Spin move. Avoids the second one, but gets knocked out of bounds. Good gain of 7 out to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, nice little swing out to him there. And at some point, if you're Louisiana's offense, you're going to have to try something else. 7 yards is great, but 7 yards and 7 yards and 7 yards down 3 scores right now, I don't think is going to do it for you.
Definitely takes more time off the clock. Has it frozen right now, 4:56 after stepping out of bounds. Brings up 2nd and 3. Pickler, quick throw again, tipped up in the air and incomplete. Threw that one into coverage. That was great coverage there by the Aztec secondary.
Yeah, great coverage by the secondary. Gaines able to knock that one away. And when I say try something different, Eric, I do not mean throw it to the other team.
Nope.
They, it's been such a potent offense most of the season. One of the big reasons why they're 3-0, and Mexico City has just found a way to really slow them down today.
3rd and short. Pickler has a man towards the top of the screen and could not convert. Jumping back towards the line of scrimmage was Chase Earl. Looked like that was just an ill-advised throw there by Pickler.
Yeah, Pickler just trying to get rid of the football quickly as pressure came in on him on 3rd down, and unfortunately just leads the receiver a little further away from the 1st down marker. Chase Earl needs to good awareness, figure out where that marker is, and help the quarterback out a little bit.
And I like this decision to line up and try and go for it here. We'll see if they run a play. They do. Pickler, quick throw, bottom of the screen, caught. 1st down, and they will move those chains, going no huddle here.
Yeah, and I do believe that was Saren Storm on the play with the catch.
There you go. Storm sighting. Pickler hit as he's thrown, airing it out. Somehow caught. Blanketed coverage, and that was somehow completed out across the middle of the field into Mexico City territory.
Saren Storm once again. That was big number 12 going up and making that catch.
That was a quick throw there, maybe an ill-advised one by Pickler. Still gets 3 out of the play off the acrobatic catch, going no huddle once again. Pickler, 5-step drop, airing it out.
Oh, wow.
Got his man into the end zone. Touchdown, Chase Earl.
Chase Earl, that's a name we've actually called quite a bit today. Chase Earl doing a great job getting down the field and helping his quarterback out. And Johnny Pickler, what a beautiful football that was there. Can we all take a minute just to admire that throw? I know the team's down just a bit, but Pickler, a very good quarterback in the SFL, and a great throw to Chase Earl for a touchdown.
I think Jack Napier was taking a little bit of time to admire that throw there. Maybe that was why he got beat by Earl off the line.
I think you might be right.
Fennec lining up to make this a 10-point ball game. Anything can happen here in the Simulation Football League. 3:37, all 3 timeouts on the board for both teams as Fennec nails the extra point, making this a 10-point ball game. As I mentioned, plenty of time left to go. Lots can happen. You do not want to go anywhere. This is our Crowd Play Game of the Week, live in the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. We'll be back right after this. Fennec lining up here for the onside kick. Boots it directly ahead to Mexico City, and they will recover the football right around the 40-yard line. That's where the Aztecs will take over with a short field, which has not necessarily been the case for the Aztecs today, but hasn't really mattered. Louisiana definitely needs to stop on defense here, though, kid.
Oh, yeah, they need something big and something quick. All 3 timeouts still on the board, as you said. I don't think anybody was too terribly surprised by the onside kick attempt. A quick stop, potentially a loss of yards, will save them from allowing more points. But even if Mexico City kicks a field goal, it's still a 2-score game.
Phoenix Jones with the handoff there gets ahead for about 4 yards. Looking at the series history, it's tied 1-1. And this is the first ever meeting between these two teams here in Estadio Azteca. Louisiana, then the New Orleans Pharaohs took the last meeting 22-13. I thought that was interesting. This is their first ever meeting here.
Yeah, very interesting indeed, and an even series, which will soon change. But the way things have gone for Louisiana so far, I don't think they're going to be in a hurry to want to come back here.
Not the way things are looking so far, but still 3 minutes to go here in the ball game. Wilson with an offset eye. Handoff this time to the fullback, Horrell, and a good hit there by the Revs on defense, preventing her from getting any more yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, that's something that Louisiana's defense has done all day long is swarm the football and make some really big hits. And once again, another one. And wow, just a critical 3rd down play right here. If you're Louisiana, if you give this one up, it's what was already going to be really difficult has just become close to impossible.
Getting close to that 2-minute warning here. Wilson letting that play clock drain. Hand off, and Louisiana was ready for that. Good penetration there on the defensive line. Luther God getting in there and making the stop behind the line, bringing us to the 2-minute warning. Mexico City going to have a field goal attempt on the other side of the break, but as you mentioned, Cade, that still makes it a 2-score game. Plenty of time left in the ball game for the Revs to come back. This is the Crowd Play Game of the Week in the Simulation Football League, live on All Event Sports and for the fans. Don't go anywhere. Two minutes to go here in Mexico City as the hometown Aztecs will line up for their second field goal attempt. Varner nailed the first one from 48. This one going to be longer. This one going to be from 50. This will be his season long if he's able to knock it through. High snap, gets it down, up, and through from 50 yards. Cole Varner is automatic.
Yeah, 50-yard field goal. That thing could have gone in from 60. It looked like only about halfway down through the upright. And great kick by him. And it just makes it a little bit more difficult. Louisiana's got some time, but they have to score very quickly here. I'm sure a return for a touchdown on the kickoff would be an ideal situation for them. What say you, Eric?
I would say the same thing. Twin Screw is a rookie, but certainly has some talent. As Varner readies the ball and boots it down the field. Fielded in the center of his own end zone. Twin Screw, spin move, and he'll get it out to about the 19-yard line. Chat with owners, coaches, and players in the FTF Next Twitch chat at twitch.tv/FTF Next to meet the players you're watching on screen today. Get involved witness the passion of the community and follow along with all the action amongst the most dedicated SFL players. The FTF Next Twitch chat at twitch.tv/FTF Next, which is where you can find all the fine people watching this ball game here today. along with many of other of our ball games. As Streeter will get a pass out of the backfield. Good spin move to get a couple extra yards out to the 24-yard line as they will go no huddle here.
That's something he's done well today. He's been able to spin cycle his way for additional gain.
Pickler airing it out into coverage and picked off. Han Tayumi was the other ball hawk on the other side of the football. We talked about Louisiana's secondary, but Tayumi, he's coming in with a bunch of picks of his own into this ball game.
Yeah, Tayumi, great play right there. Pretty much sticking the knife in the hopes of Louisiana trying to come back in this one. As you mentioned, Tayumi coming into this game with 3 interceptions is now joining his counterparts on the other side of the field with 4 total on the season.
And don't forget, a bunch of them got their 5th interceptions as well today. So it's still just kind of going neck and neck, Han Tayumi and the Louisiana secondary. But the Aztecs getting the better of the Revolution as a whole here today as Phoenix Jones gets a handoff, maybe 1.5 yards, and Louisiana will burn their first time out. They'll have 2 remaining. If you want more SFL content, our Discord community has podcasts, articles, and highlights about the league, its teams, and its players. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Simulationfl and visit our website at simulationfl.net for more news, features, and information. We will also have a live broadcast on our YouTube channel coming up later on this evening, 8:15 Eastern, 7:15 Central. As Phoenix Jones gets a handoff. Actually, I think that's Laurel Horrell that got the carry. Moving ahead for a gain of a couple.
Yeah, it looks like Eric that Louisiana will probably take their first loss of the day. It's kind of crazy, huh?
It is crazy. What's even crazier is that this is courtesy of our commissioner, Cameron Irvine. There are 10 teams currently that have 1 loss. 10 teams, only 12 get into the playoffs. So how is this or 11 get into the playoffs? How is this gonna happen?
It's going to be interesting to watch unfold, and that just gives you all the reason, folks, to really want to stick around for Season 15, the remainder, and see how it plays out, because incredibly competitive start to the season for a lot of teams. You said 10 teams with just 1 loss through 4 games so far, just absolutely incredible.
And Cade, I know that you have followed the SFL in seasons prior, and there have been crazy tie-breaking scenarios before. I can only imagine what's coming up through the pipeline this time around, as Varner boots another field goal up and through from 44 yards. So he will lengthen this Aztec lead to 16. Still a 2-possession ball game, but Louisiana out of timeouts.
Yeah, as you said, Eric, there's been some crazy tiebreakers in the past. And if this situation keeps up the way that it is, big salute to the front office, because wow, it's hard to put some of that stuff together, and it just hurts my brain thinking about it. But wow, I mean, how exciting is it that we're in this kind of situation? You know, I think I'd rather see that than one team running away with it all, but you never know who's going to take it.
Absolutely, as Twin Screw throws down a spin cycle and makes it out to the 22-yard line. And Cade, I know you were very kind of stagnant as to if you put money on this game or not, but we are just under the over here. 59.5 is the over-under, and we're at 59 right now.
If you took the under, you're sweating ever so slightly. You're just 1 minute and 13 seconds away from glory.
You're going to see this on Bad Beats on SportsCenter with SVP a little bit later on, as Pickler airs it out into coverage and incomplete. He was looking for the long ball, but there was plenty of red jerseys out there.
Oh, yeah, there was lots of coverage on the deep end, and if you're Mexico City, there's no reason not to at this point. Just playing deep prevent defense, trying to avoid letting Louisiana put any more points on the board. But minute and 8 seconds away from handing Louisiana their first loss of the season is Mexico City, who has had a dominant performance at home today.
Dominant indeed, as Pickler will throw again. 7-step drop. He wants it all once again, but misfires. So he was looking for his big playmaker, Saren Storm. Couldn't quite connect there. Brings up 3rd down. Big third down here for the Revs. Down by 16. Pickler in the empty set, trips towards the top of the formation. Pickler, short, over the middle, first down yardage. Didn't go low all that time, but the sticks, and the clock continues to roll. And football there with 2 seconds left.
Yeah, with no timeouts left on the clock, not much of an option there for Pickler than to go ahead and throw the ball into the turf to give them an opportunity to assess what they'd like to do here. 35-yard line, their own 35-yard line, 52 seconds to go in the football game.
Flipping the formation this time. Pickler still empty in the gun. Pickler, another short throw over the middle, just kind of taking what the defense is giving him, but I think the time is long gone for that as he gets close to first down, 3rd and inches, clock continuing to roll. Pickler again, good pocket, good first down yardage, out to the 46-yard line of Mexico City. But this one is pretty much in the books here, as it looks like Pickler will spike it with 26 seconds left to go. And Cade, we still got some great matchups here on the slate coming up here in Week 4. Portland is going to visit Carolina, and that's going to be live on the SFL Twitch channel at 8 o'clock, 7 Central, excuse me. And we've got Vegas and Sioux Falls. That's going to be on the SFL's YouTube channel. I mentioned that a little bit earlier. That's 8:15, 7:15 Central. Mike Daggs, Matt Wilson, they're going to have Vancouver and Queen City at 7 o'clock on Monday. And then at 9 o'clock on Monday, the nightcap, Charleston and Atlanta, 2 former playoff teams from just a season ago. Atlanta, the champion from a season ago.
Yeah, reigning champions and the Charleston Predators tonight. That's probably the one I think I'm most interested in. I don't think I foresaw either one of those teams in this situation after the success they had last year, and just interesting to see.
It'll definitely be interesting to see which one of those teams ends up going 1-3, which again we certainly didn't foresee for either of those teams coming into this season. 37-21, your final score as Mexico City takes this one. They move to 3-1 on the season. Louisiana, the lone undefeated ball club, falls to 3-1 as we get a look at the final stats and highlights. Cade, what are your final thoughts?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things, or two of the biggest things here, takeaways from both teams, is going to be the inability to really run the football. If you're Louisiana, which is something that they've really leaned on and done well all season long. Today they struggled to do that. Mexico City found a way to really slow down Reggie Streeter, the halfback for Louisiana there. 3 turnovers for Matt Wilson didn't matter, as they're still able to make it happen. Long drives all day long, really burn the clock as their play total absolutely decimated the number. Louisiana is able to put up another big one for Mexico City. The 3rd down percentage conversion coming into this game, a league worst 31%. Today, 61.5% conversion percentage for Mexico City. And that's absolutely incredible to go ahead and double that number, and a big reason why they won today.
Yeah, a great overall game plan by Mexico City. Just basically keeping the foot on the gas the entire time and not letting the Revs get any sort of offensive momentum going. 16-point victory over a previously undefeated team. I'd say that's great in my book. Looking ahead, though, both these teams going to be traveling north next week. Mexico City traveling up to Houston to take on the Hyenas from Hyena Den Park Stadium. And Louisiana traveling a bit more north as they will take on Portland in the Pacific Northwest, live from the shipyard.
Going to be a lot of fun. Both teams going on the road.
Always interesting when you go on the road, as we've seen today, with Louisiana getting knocked off from the previously undefeated. Saw it happen to Denver earlier this week as well. So we'll have to see what is in store for both of these teams. So we got to look at some of the final highlights here. Han Tayumi adding his 4th interception on the season. And Louisiana's secondary still looking pretty good, but just could not quite keep their offense on the field long enough.
Yeah, not at all. And that's something the offense is going to have to work on, is trying to find a way to take more advantage of the opportunities the defense gives. Seemed very one-dimensional today as far as Louisiana's offense is concerned. And, wow, I know, it's just crazy day for both teams. Crazy day.
Crazy day indeed, as Phoenix Jones is our player of the game. 25 attempts, 74 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns, and 14 receiving yards through the air. On behalf of my best friend Kate Stevens, Art Vandelay, and Delaney Nash in the Stats Truck, and our commissioner, executive producer extraordinaire, Cameron Irvine, all the good people deep in the heart of Texas at SFL HQ, we want to thank you for tuning in to the Simulation Football League presentation. Our Crowd Play Game of the Week has concluded for this week. We'll be back next week, though, for your chance at another $1,000 prize pool. Stay tuned for the remaining Week 4 games, and have a good night.